Okay. Apparently I have world's slowest computer, which freaking drives me nuts because I like spent my life damn savings on this computer. But it's probably something I'm doing wrong with it, I'm sure. Anyway, what's up, guys? Amy Kelly. I don't know if that's your real name. Sometimes people use real names in one place and then different names in YouTube, which is kind of strange. But she asked me to talk about, let me see exactly what it was. This is going to be kind of like a vlog style, not necessarily, but we're going to talk about what the hell is all over my hoodie. So what happens when your freaking mom doesn't care about your stuff and does whatever. Okay. She just asked, where the heck is YouTube? Apparently I can't find it. She just asked me to talk about, she said, my son is adorable. Thank you. Both of them are, but you may not see the other one. Sometimes you'll see them on the older videos. Tell us how your holidays went later. An example, family drama, LOL, the food, the gifts, the highs, the lows. The holidays tend to bring out the absolute worst in people. We have several types of eaters in our family. One vegan, a gluten-free person, myself a carnivore, keto person. My bro is now vegetarian. Those are all good lifestyles. I definitely never bag on people because of their lifestyle choices. Just, I think what helps with that is like, well, I guess no, it's probably within me is what makes that best. This light looks like I'm looking at a fish tank or something, and that's really dark, but that's what I'm going with because it looks better than the fish tank thing. It looks like I'm like further away now. Is that weird? You get like some weird depth thing in there or whatever. But Amy, as far as that goes, that could be probably pretty difficult, but I actually just got that message while I was at Wally World. I was actually trying to get my steps in, and I got stuck buying a bunch of which sucks because I was just trying to get some steps in. I got stuck looking at a couple things, and then lo and behold, I came home with $42 worth of crap. So, first of all, because I live a sedentary, I don't live a sedentary life, because I have to sit at a computer so long every day. Like the last 2 days, I've been sitting here like 6-hour stints. I stay pretty jumpy and stuff the whole time. I don't know why, but I'm going to show you that I got toilet paper. My son's going to be happy about that. But a couple things that I got a really cool book. I can't show you what it is because that's a secret. A couple things that I got. I also can't show you that food because that's going to be in a video soon. And if I show you now, you'll go make it, and I won't get my views. But I grabbed. I'm doing this video now specifically because. Let me talk about that first. That'll make more sense. I really want to eat a piece of cheese. I'm going to eat a piece of cheese rudely while I'm talking to you. I'm sorry. I know. But I'm hungry. Okay? I'm hungry. So, first of all, I'll try to eat it quick. Great. Now I can't talk because I don't like talking with my mouth full. I no longer go to family stuff anymore. As of last year or the year before. And I don't care if those people watch this video. My sister's boyfriend or whatever was rumored to be giving, weed to my kids or smoking weed with my kids or whatever. So I'm like, you know what? No, that's just not acceptable. I'm not okay with that type of lifestyle. I'm also not the type of person that is going to be fake for one day of the year. I'm sorry, it's just not my freaking style, okay? And I have to try not to cuss because they're pulling all my videos. Because if you're not going to hang out with people all year, why hang out with them for the one day? That's me, okay? Just like when I ate that way too fast. It's going to be stuck in my throat. Just like when I went to England, there was like 30 kids or 30 people with me or whatever. They were all trying to be buddy, cool. And I told them, I go, dude, straight up, none of us are going to be friends when we leave. Nobody's going to be friends with me. That's what I said. And maybe I put that bad energy on myself or whatever, but it's kind of obvious. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody was playing the part, and I was like, nah. You guys aren't my type of people. It's not going to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have a different outlook on life and stuff like that. You've been through different things. Can't really relate with them. So it's kind of like the same thing with my family. Like, I love my mom. We fight all the time. We scream at each other. It's whatever. My sister, she's just a different type of parent than me. Like, I don't see certain things that are acceptable. My aunt and my uncle live next door. They're awesome. They're really sweet. They're cool. But now my cousin moved in, which has done me wrong. I don't know how many times. When I met him when I was like 17, he jacked my mom for something, took off, and then like continuously stole from one of my chick friends that lived in the apartment complex that we always used to go and party at her house or whatever, and stole from her a bunch of times, stole her car, wrecked it, all kinds of stuff. And he's, 2 years ago or whatever, I went to a family birthday party and he was there. And I was joking around with the chick that he was dating at the time, and it was kind of like just a joking thing or whatever. It was cool, like it was no big deal. And then he comes out and like raises up on me and literally tries to fight me. So I'm like, I'll fight you, but like it's not going to happen here. It's not going to happen in front of my kids. It's not going to happen in this setting, okay? After we leave, cool, that's fine. When there's not family around, kids around, we can scrap, whatever, dude. Like, but this is not the time or place, at a kid's birthday or a family birthday party or whatever to, throw blows or whatever, because everybody was pissed off. I was joking because they went to go get hamburger buns. We couldn't eat because we were waiting for the hamburger buns or whatever the hell it was. I don't know what it was, but we were held up. And the problem was they had gone and got meth for 3.5 hours, came back all high, and I think I was like joking about it or something, like joking about the length of time with her, and she maybe took offense or something. Anyway, it blew out of proportion, okay? Now, fast forward a little bit, and I'm actually kind of busy, but I need to get going. But yes, holidays, events, parties, and stuff like that, they're extremely stressful. I don't necessarily try to avoid them because of that. I just, like I said before, I'm not going to be fake for one day a year. It's not me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not like a pretender. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to pretend that you were not cool to me all year and rude and doing things like this or whatever, and then one day of the year I'm going to be like legit with you. No, dude. Like, why? You know what I'm saying? Like, I do nice things for my niece and stuff like that. I just gave her like a nice silver unicorn necklace when she came over the other day. Because kids are innocent. They're not doing anything wrong. They don't know what's going on. But fast forward this year, I'm not going to go into all the stuff or whatever every holiday. But this year specifically, and I hope she can't hear me, my mom hit me up yesterday. And she goes, can you believe what happened today? And I'm like, oh, here we go. What happened? Holidays are around here. Christmas especially. It's all about who gives what, and dude, my family is effing rotten when it comes to that. Like, I'm a good gift giver, okay? But I don't think at the end of the day that has anything to do with anything, okay? It really doesn't. I love giving gifts. Like, I got my mom a nice sewing machine for Christmas. I spent way too much damn money on it. I think it was like $100. I say too much money because I don't have a lot of money. I've been scraping by for this trip with me and my son so we can go backpacking and stuff like that. But aside from that, I'll get my aunt and my uncle something nice or whatever. And everybody's like, what did you get me? But I didn't get you anything, so you can't get me anything. You got me a crappy gift, so I'm going to get you a crappy gift. And it's just like, what the is going on? Like, no, you guys, it's not about that. Like, no, it's, it's so screwed up. So here's the story. My mom comes up to me, and I'm going to try to be kind of quiet because I don't want to, obviously, I don't want to get kicked out or whatever. She comes up to me, and she goes, and it's funny because I don't even mention anything. It's like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's funny because, you know, they play favorites every year. And it's really jacked up because, I don't know. So my aunt lives next door, and she's SMI. She's seriously mentally ill. She has like schizophrenia. My mom kind of takes care of her, gives her pills, helps her clean her house, whatever. She's in bad shape, but she fried her brain because of drugs. My aunt did. So my mom helps her out or whatever. She lives next door because my mom needs to kind of keep track of her. My mom's brother also lives next door. He's a lot better off than his sister is, and my aunt and my cousin, not the one that lives next door currently, but my other cousin, the one that I know a little bit better, Andrew, is also, you know, an ex-meth addict. They're all three ex-meth addicts. Well, one probably still is, but whatever. I'm not going to go into that. And all the time, my cousin Andrew, the one I work with when I clean pools, if you guys have watched some of my older videos, I used to. I can't anymore because just the stagnant negativity. He just literally tries to pull the anger out of me so that I'll box and end up in jail or something. And I can't have that type of people around me. So he always makes his mom feel like absolute dog shit because she's crazy or whatever. They've always, and apparently about gifts and stuff like that for his kids. He's got his kids in his life now. For a lot of years he didn't. I'm proud of him. That's cool, whatever. But he gives his mom crap because, you know, she gets a check or whatever plus alimony, and they barely get by, like, honestly, between the two of them, because they don't make a lot of money. But he gives her crap for not getting him gifts, or not getting him gifts, you know, good gifts or whatever, and not getting his kids gifts or whatever, and it's whatever. So I guess my mom's pissed off because my cousin Andrew came over and gave my aunt and my uncle, which is his mom and his uncle, a tin of cookies for Christmas. And my aunt, because she's always getting a guilt trip, handed him a card with $100 to buy himself a gift, his girlfriend a gift, and it ended up for $20 for each one of them plus the kids, right? So $20 for every single one of them. That would have been plenty, you know, 50 or, you know, 5 gifts or whatever, $20 a piece, whatever, cool. So my aunt, because she's always feeling, you know, like she's insignificant or, you know, is a crappy gift giver or whatever, and because he makes her feel like absolute dog shit over it, which is really jacked up. Because it's not about the gifts. I actually told my mom, don't give me anything this year. Give it to the kids. Give it to somebody else. Dude, don't. No. Just stop. Because my mom does way too freaking much for me. Like, I feel massively guilty. I actually, for my mom, you know, another thing I got is I put it on my Home Depot credit card, which is horrible. But I need to pay it off. We had, our washer took a crap. So I got the house, or her, basically, I don't give a damn about a washer, a brand new washer, and so hopefully that helps. I got to make payments for probably the next year and a half, but I don't know where the hell I was going with that. Anyway, back to why my mom's mad. My aunt asked her son, Andrew, what he got the kids, and I guess he said, well, because my aunt and my uncle were invited over to Andrew's, and he said, no, for a barbecue or something. He said, no, I had to spend that money on the food you guys ate. So I didn't get anybody a gift. And my mom's pissed because now my aunt, I guess, looks like the bad guy. Or whatever, because she's always this shitty gift giver, apparently, according to him and everybody else. Everybody else on that family unit or whatever. And so she's upset. And I understand that, okay? I understand that. And my mom's pissed like you wouldn't believe because she's extremely overprotective. She's like the caretaker of the family. And that's understandable too. But, and it keeps going. This could go on for a long time. I tend to, for some reason, be the counselor of the family. I know that sounds weird. I'm not saying I'm qualified to. I just am able to dissect certain problems and situations and kind of, I don't go from person to person and try to start drama and stuff like that. I just kind of back off and I'm like, hey, it's cool, whatever. I wish you guys the best, but I don't want to be involved in that. I don't want to talk poorly about anybody. And I'm really not. Like, none of this is to be talking bad about anybody. I do love my family, but we just have different values. And it's very evident. So, that being said, Andrea spent the money on the barbecue, whatever, and kind of held it against them. So she felt like crap because now she still looks like a bad gift giver and gave $100, which is a lot when you're on a fixed income. My mom, on the other hand, the other son, Michael, of my aunt, is the one that's living next door that I think might be still using whatever. He got busted crossing the border with drugs to Mexico, buying drugs in Mexico. And he's currently on here on probation or something because he was transporting drugs across country lines or something like that. Got his son back, lives next door currently. I don't know what he's doing. I don't talk to him. I have literally not gone over there since. But anyway, my mom gave him and his son $100 in a card. And she went up to Michael's son, I guess his name's Dylan, I don't really know, something like that. I've never even met the kid. He's like 13 or something. She went up to him and she goes, what did you buy with your $50? And he goes, what $50? So apparently Michael never showed him the money or something like that or whatever. And my aunt, my mom are both freaking losing their minds over it. She was screaming in here. My mom called Andrew or whatever and said, what'd you get the kids, blah, blah, blah. And I guess Andrew called my mom the B word and hung up on her and got all pissed off. And they're like having this weird, screwed up, stressful, stupid arguments over literally nothing. First of all, does it matter about where the freaking money went? No, because if you hand somebody $100, anybody in that house is probably going to benefit, okay? The way he handled it, probably wrong, okay? Dick move, like straight up. It was a dick move. But here's my thought of it. Why didn't you go to Walmart, pick out 5 gifts, for $20 a piece, and hand them to him? Or hand him 5 different cards or envelopes or whatever and say, here's 20, here's 20, here's 20, here's 20. Boom. Beyond that, you did the best you could. Or you could have got 5 $20 gift cards for Walmart. My mom could have gotten 2 separate cards, one for Michael, one for Dylan. Okay, I'm not saying they screwed up or whatever, but I'm just saying, if it was that big a deal and you know who you're dealing with, and if you thought it was going to be an issue, maybe you should have further prepared. So they're projecting all the blame on those 2 guys, and I'm not saying what they did was right or wrong or whatever. I'm just saying, if you wanted to be real specific about where the money was going, about where it was being spent, or the gift you wanted to the person. If I was going to give 2 people a gift, would I hand up to one of them and walk off? No, absolutely not. I would at the very least, make sure they were both there to get it, to receive the gift. Now, if it was money, I'd probably go card 50, done, right? That would make sense, I would think. I mean, call me crazy or whatever, but I just think that would make sense. And what I'm telling my mom and them are just like, hey, for future, you know what I mean? Like, just let it go. It's whatever. Is it right what everybody's doing and stuff like that? No. Is it right? I don't know. I don't even know when Christmas is. I guess it's in a couple days. It's like the 23rd. When's Christmas? The 25th or whatever. And beyond that, so I'm just like, hey, for future reference, it's whatever. It's no big deal. Just let it go. Now, on my end, my end, we kicked my son out, Elijah, and he was doing good for a little while, kept a job that, that I'll prove you kind of fell apart, and he's just like, trying to find his way. I guess he got a cat recently, whatever. Um, but he's hit me up twice. He hit me up about a week ago. And one time he hit me up, he said, Dad, you got any way I can make money? I need to make money, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, hey, dude, no, not really. I'm saving for that trip, which he was allowed to save for. I gave him the option to be able to go with us to Hawaii. And he didn't want to go because he didn't want to save for it. Well, Boo, the younger one, that right on the other side of that board is his room. And he's been working 40, 50, sometimes 60 hours a week, working his little tail off. Actually almost cut his finger off the other day and was in freaking emergency room because he cuts onions and he's a prep cook at Serrano's Mexican food restaurant. And he's been working his tail off, and he's paid for the entire trip. He's completely paid off, like last week or whatever. He just paid the last little chunk. I've got his whole list of money that he's paid or whatever. It's really cool, and I'm really proud of him. My older son had the option to do that. Okay, he's an adult. This kid that just paid for his own way, 2 weeks in Maui, at 16 years old, deserves the trip. Okay, and I feel horrible because it's like the best trip ever we could have gone on as a family. So I feel massively guilty. The stress, the pain, the agony that I'm feeling because I'm going on this trip and my older son doesn't get to go to enjoy this and make memories with us. So I'm stressed out about that because I feel bad. But at the same time, it's like, what do you do? What do you do? He's got to learn. He's got to do this. He's got to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm paying, if Boo's paying, then my son hits me up. Elijah hits me up about a couple weeks ago, and he goes, wow, just messages me, wow, you're paying for Boo to go to Maui? And I'm like, what? No. And he goes, well, that's what I heard, or something like that. It's really, crappy way of saying it or whatever. And I'm like, dude, what? I'm like, no. Like, where have you been? Like, Boo has been working his ass off to get this trip. Like, show some freaking respect, dude. That kid is doing great, you know what I'm saying? Like, as far as I know, he's probably smoking weed or whatever, and I'm not happy about that, okay? But as far as, like, responsibility, he's been doing really good. He's been on time, early every day from work, works late. He's gotten as much as 60 hours in a week. That's good for a 16-year-old kid. And I'm not bagging on Elijah. But then Elijah hits me up 3 or 4 days ago, and he goes, Dad, transfer $20 to my account. That's all he says. I almost want to read you the exact text because the messenger message or whatever. And he goes, Dad, transfer $20 to my account. And I go, what? Like, thinking because we talked about some Amazon stuff, and I'm like, maybe he wants me to like do something with the Amazon. I look at his account real quick because we all have a link account because of my kids or whatever. And I looked at his account and I'm like, you're like negative $2.64. And I didn't say that, but I'm like, and he goes, doesn't even say anything. And I go, what? And he goes, I'm trying to buy somebody a Christmas present. It'd be really cool if you just transfer $20 to my account. And I'm like, no. That's all I said was no. And he goes, I don't even think he responded. He either responded or said LOL. So I waited. I didn't say anything. He's calling everybody because I know he's calling. I hear through the chain. He calls my cousin Andrew because he wants to work or whatever. Cusses him out. They have a big fallout. And they're pissed off at each other or whatever, I guess. And then my cousin Andrew calls my mom and freaks out on her because Elijah, my son, is freaking out on her. And I have my cousin blocked because I can't deal with the negativity. I can't deal with the constant of dragging me down, trying to screw up my meal plans, trying to screw up my diet, trying to screw up, me doing positive things in my life or whatever. And, every time I used to see him, he used to say, your marriage fell apart because you're a piece of shit, right? Like, stuff like that. He's not as bad as that anymore, but stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, what, dude? Yeah, dude, I know I was a shitty husband. Like, you don't tell people that. You know what I'm saying? Like, when they're hurt, they're feeling pain in their heart. Like, that's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's the type of person I don't want to be around. And I'm not saying I don't say fucked up shit. Damn. not supposed to say bad words. I'm not saying I don't say mean stuff or whatever, you know, when people are like that to me. Sometimes I am not perfect. Sometimes. I'm never perfect, okay? But sometimes I say screwed up stuff back because I get pissed, I get defensive, I get overbearing, I'm sensitive. And I don't need somebody like that that's going to bring that type of energy out of me, you know? So sometimes people bring the worst out of you. So, long story short, Elijah ends up hitting up my mom, and she says, well, I was going to give you $25 for Christmas or whatever. And he goes, cool, I'm going to come over and get it. I don't hear nothing from him. Nothing. Apparently he skated all the way over here, like 5 miles or whatever, picked up the $25, dipped out. I was sitting here the whole time. I figured he was going to come hit me up and say what's up or whatever. Never did. 4 or 5 days later, I said, I love you. He said, I love you back. That was it. Nothing. That's crappy. Like, dude, come on. Like, it's not even about, like, giving you money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I make anybody I know work for stuff, okay? My younger son just recently, and I'm just telling you because you asked, okay, Amy? You asked about this type of stuff, and this is everybody's stuff. Everybody goes through this type of thing. My other son, we got in an argument the other day. Funny enough, right after me and I believe it was Hayes or Christy, it was somebody we were talking about. I can't remember the name of who it was exactly right now. We were talking about like anger and stuff. I think it was Hayes, Green Bean. I don't know. Anyway, we were talking about like anger and stuff and how to control it. Yeah, it was Hayes. And how to control it and how to do, make good choices and stuff like that. And then right after that, me and my son got in an argument. I'm like, damn it. And he's like saying mean stuff or whatever. And he's like, I go to work every day and all you do is sit on your ass and play on that computer or whatever. Literally everybody in my family thinks I do absolutely nothing all day. Nothing. Every single person. They say, you quit school, you literally aren't doing anything, you don't work for a living, you're just mooching off your mom, and it's like, dude, like, you don't even know, like, I am really working my best. Like, I have kayaks out there that I rent out and stuff like that. I do more for my mom than anybody in this entire family. And I'm not saying that like in a positive way. Honestly, my mom's weirdly dependent on me being here, and I have to get out of that because it's getting worse as she's getting older. She's becoming extremely. She's almost like the victim now. She's like, I can't do this, help me or whatever, and and I can see where it's going because she knows I'm about to blossom. Things are about to happen or whatever, and. Once I move out, my aunt and my uncle will live in here. They'll all smoke in the house again and stuff like that. I stopped them from smoking in the house. It was so bad when I got here. Like, we had to have the walls redone and everything. It was, anyway. So, yes, everybody's got this stuff, okay? Everybody's got this stuff. I got this trip coming up. I could barely freaking afford it. I don't even know what the hell I was thinking. My son has no problem coming up with the money, but I am not making, $400 or $500 a week like he is. But that being said, I have had, some money come in. I've been able to tell some of my bills, my student loan. I was able to, and by the way, I've been going to full-time school for like the last 4 years. I'm like 2 classes away from getting my degree. But I wanted to take a break and kind of reset and work on my YouTube, work on the Facebook group, work on doing as much as I can for anybody in the world. It's not about money. I'm not trying to get rich. I mean, obviously I want to be rich. Who the hell doesn't? But it's about doing more for others. I'm trying to do what I wish people would have done for me on my weight loss journey, on my self-development journey and stuff like that. And I'm still on it. Okay, I'm on it. I crave food every day. Not crave, but like, I have bad habits. All the habits die hard. Okay, I think about, eating bad. I think about those things all the time. It's a freaking reality. I have slip-ups. Everybody does. And stuff like that. Look at this coffee cup. Isn't that cool? It's got a world on it. Anyway, my food that I just picked up at the store is corned beef brisket. I've never made it in my life. But Belinda, that's weird. Oh, watch out. Belinda posted, she made like I posted the protein pancakes or whatever. Not protein pancakes. Yeah, I guess they were protein pancakes the other day, the recipe, and she altered it and put some corned beef cabbage or corned beef brisket in it. I think it was corned beef. Anyway, it looked really bomb. And I was thinking, you know, if I can make some 90-second bread with that, with some cheese, I was like, yeah, that'd be freaking bomb. That'd be like nice comfort food, but still very low carb. So that's probably what I'll be eating on. And for the next, and it's pretty big, so probably the next 2 or 3 days, me and Boo will be eating on, Boo's my son, we'll be eating on that or whatever. And besides that, let me see if I didn't cover everything. Hold on. Your son is adorable. Tell us how your holidays, later family drama, and blah, 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 blah. Highs, lows. Highs, as far as family drama? No. Highs are probably going with my son to Hawaii. That's going to be a really good way for us to connect. We got like a tent and stuff like that. We're going to be camping the whole time for, 2 weeks or whatever. It's kind of stressful because I still have to work from there. As well as lots of different things. It's the winter season, so there's not a lot of money going on. My car, I'm pretty sure, knock on wood, my transmission's going out and stuff like that. I did sell my truck to be able to float through my expenses recently, to be able to continue to do One Big Impact and Healthy Living for a Healthy Life. But I think I'm having some car troubles. The other day I had them look at it or whatever, and they said, oh, there's all kinds of things going on. So when I get back, that's probably going to be about $1,000 I'm going to have to come up with to fix those things. Other than that, life is good. It really is. I don't let stuff get me down. I'm optimistic to a fault. I really am. I don't let things drag me down. I'm the guy that is about to get evicted and literally is laughing because, dude, life's too short to be stressed out all the time. If I get stressed out, it happens like that, and it's over like that. Okay, it's just I let stuff go. I go from 0 to 1,000. I get all pissed off, angry. Did you see that? Tablet just went off. Alexa, go to sleep. Alexa, where are you?
I'm here, and my head is in the cloud.
See? I saw her. Saw her in the corner of the video. Anyway, no, life's good. I go from, cool-minded. I'm a very high-strung person, so I get pissed off real quick, but I let go of, the anger just as fast. And you really have to learn how to do that. And I think it helps because I do, have those frustration points, and I boil and over, and then I calm down. If you keep it all bottled in too long, you're definitely going to have issues. I speak my mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I got problems with people, I tell them. That's what I do. I tell them. I don't go around trying to be confrontational constantly, but I'm pretty known. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as like if people are being crappy, I'll just shut them out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just me. Why should you be fake and pretend to be around people that don't treat you like you feel you should be treated? So that being said, I think it's going to be a great holiday season as far as hanging out with you guys and doing my best to keep an eye on everybody, make sure everybody's doing good, be there to support everybody if I can, hopefully, through everybody's issues. If you feel like talking about it, feel free. Shoot me a message. I don't care. It doesn't matter. I probably don't have time to shoot the shit with you for like 6 hours, but if you're going through some hard times or whatever, please feel free to tell myself, tell the group, Healthy Living for a Healthy Life. If you're new here, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to our channel. I hope it answered all your questions. That was a literal 35-minute video of a rant, but you asked, so I delivered. Have a good day. Thank you, Amy, for your question. Have a beautiful day, and eat right. Be stronger than the excuses, guys. Peace.